Welcome back aspiring farmer. This is Kilimo Diaries on TV 47 and of course tuko katika Mkulima Piggery Farm hapa ni Kiambu County.
And in case you're joining us, we are hanging out with our model farmer of the week, John Njau, who is explaining so much about pig rearing.
Yes, and of course tukitoka tuko nazungumzia about feeding. Na labda bro, unajua sahii Kenya feeds are very expensive.
Very expensive.
So wewe unanisure aje kwamba cost hizi affect quality ya feeds ambazo unawapatia nguruwe?
Maize is main. It's around 70% in pig feeds. So if you, as I've walked you through, imejipandia mahindi, even in the store you have seen. Then again, you go direct to the farmers to source the maize and the other products. That's why you cut the cost of production in pig feeds. Then the other things like vines, here sweet potato. You also make them silage. So if you feed a pig on 3 kgs, if you use the vines, it will cut down on 1.5 kgs.
Oh, okay.
So on your farm, in terms of cost, on a daily, tuseme one pig anatumia tuseme pesa ngapi?
Because of different stages, I can't give the actual math on one pig. The math I can only give is from birth up to 6 months and 2 weeks. One pig uses 17,000. That includes feeds, veterinary, and the labor ya huko yenye mnaona kazi kufanywa. Kama ile tulitumia kwa wakiwa piglets. Yes, the total math, that is the currently. That is when I'm using commercial feeds. Juu kuna wale wanatumia waste za hoteli. They are cheaper, but again, they don't make it into the market 6 months and 2 weeks. They go longer into like 8 months. So pia profit margin iko chini juu extend na ile 2 months.
Yes. And I like it that you've brought in the aspect of others using waste from hotels. Yes. Those are alternatives for someone maybe who cannot afford commercial feeds. Yes. So on your farm, I hear you use maize, vines. Yes. How do you give them to the pigs? Is it you give them whole? How do you prepare them?
It's not that I only do the maize only. We have to mix with other ingredients. Like in pigs when formulating, you have to use animal protein and plant protein. Animal protein, that's when the ochonga comes in and the omena. In plant protein, that's why we do the sunflower and the soya. Then now the maize is a whole meal. To avoid the aflatoxins, you have to add other chemicals to prevent it, but not in large quantity. Yes. Then again, to maintain the feeding, you have to do the deworming and the multivitamin. So that even if you feed them, it doesn't have to share the food with the minnows. That's why you do the multivitamin and the deworming.
Yes. And I'm looking around. Yes. Where is the watering pen? Pigs really do not use a lot of water.
We use automatic feeders known as the nipples. With that, we are assured of clean water from the tank directly, and also we minimize on the wastage. Yes.
Oh. And bro, what are the common feeding mistakes zile ambazo unasema kwamba these are the mistakes that I know na problem ungetaka tu ule aspiring farmer ambaye ana watch sahi ajifunze from them?
Most of the farmers in pig farming ignoring the stages of feeding. Kama pale niliwaambia kuna lactator, kuna starter, kuna growers na kuna sow and weaner. Because most of the local shops like in my area, you walk into a shop where they're selling animal feeds. They don't have the starter and the growers. They do only the sow and weaner. So from the word go, your pig haita grow ile the right weight. Yes. So ndio unakuta mtu uko nje anakuambia nguruwe hezi enda soko na miezi 6. Yes. The reason being aliignore ile part ya feeds, akaendea yeye anajua tu nguruwe inapewa sow and weaner ama ile chakula ya hoteli. So nguruwe yako itaweka the right weight. So mainly most of the farmers na sama wengi ni kutojua. They are using sow and weaner which is fed only on pregnant pigs. They ignore the lactator, the starter, and the growers. That is one of the common and the main challenges of pig farmers.
So it's actually something to look at.
Very important.
Now I want us to move to the pen design. Yes. I'm looking at the sty. It's like cages. Yes. Perhaps why did you choose this design? And the flooring, why is it concrete, not mbao?
If you look at our concrete, it's a bit rough. It's not that smooth. Because you see the hooves of the pigs, it's like plastic. So whenever it's wet, it may slide. And whenever it's pregnant, when it breaks, it may injure itself. Then concrete, it's easier to clean. Because you only sweep and also unapiga tu na maji, pia ile pad drainage ndio inamisha. Concrete itadumu kuliko mbao and it's easier to clean. Yes, unasikia harufu kwa sawa?
Kweli kabisa inakaa vizuri. And how do you handle birth? Wamezaliwa, they are 16, they are 18, probably 24. Unawa handle aje kuwatenganisha, and then una ensure aje their safety, especially the first hours ya kujifungua?
Pale unakuta whenever during the labor period, ule mama asumbukange alishinda akiamka nini. So we have to put a farmer there. Akizaliwa panguza tu ile mapua yake, anamweka pale kwa matiti. So juu hakuna ile movement mingi, hakuna ile risk. The risk inakujanga pale mama atasikia njaa. Kuamka aende akule, haikuja kukula kwa zile Piglet bado hajapata nguvu sana. Lazima ukue, ndio na tumetenga hizi cages. Tunaacha joto pale, Piglet anajua ataingia pale ndani apate joto. Sasa ule mama akikula akuja lale, utamsaidia only for the first day. Utoe Piglet akuje anyonye, within a few hours atakuwa stabilize. Utampata hata akizurura huko.
All right, fantastic. So I know you mentioned that on a daily you clean the pigsties, but in terms of routine of cleanliness, what do you look into here on your farm? Because I've seen a foot bath. Perhaps why is that important, and what would you advise for the aspiring farmers?
For the aspiring farmers, a foot bath is a must. Even when you don't ignore that I was inside. You must, when coming, you must step in on it. That's why you have seen mine. It's a big one. You can't jump over it. Yes. You must step into it, because that is a fast biosecurity. Because whenever you get into the pigsty, pigs will come after you, trying to smell on, try to collect what you have, where you have stepped on. So whenever you don't step on that, you bring in bacteria and germs from the outside, and they might consume it. Then you have the risk that they are rearing, they die. So a footpath is a must.
Perfect. Yes. Sasa bro, tuende pale kwa environmental factors. Sasa zingine pia kuna extreme heat ama kuna nyesha sana. How do you counter such?
With the height of our pigsty, you can't feel the heat that much. That's why it's covered. Then when building the pigsty, you must check the direction of the wind. You see at the back of our pigsty, it's covered. That's where the wind blows in. So it can bring in the cold from outside. Then again, the other side is open for proper aeration. So you must consider the direction of the wind, and also you must leave one side open for aeration. The other guys where you find the whole of the pigsty is open, but again now you find there is no a lot of wind blowing to that place.
Okay.
All right. And so before we get into money matters.
Yes, pesa.
Yes. We walked around and we've seen that most of the pigs do not have tails.
Yes.
Ni kwa nini umezikata?
The 3 after birth, we do various things on the piglets. We do tooth clipping. Nguruwe kumbuke anazaliwa na meno manane, 8 teeth. It's in the family of the warthog. Ukikosa kukata, itatoa meno kama warthog. Yes. That's why we do the tooth clipping on the 3. We do the fast iron. Then we do ours. We do antibiotic. Yes. And then we do the tail docking.
Yes.
Tail docking niyo kukata mkia. First, inasaidia tunamaliza cannibalism in pigs, ile kuchapana kwa nguruwe ama kukulana. Yes. Mostly it's cannibalism. To reduce the cannibalism. So unakota nguruwe wakati wanaumana, wanauma kwa masikio ama kwa mkia. Sana ule mchokozi anakuja anauma mwenzake nyuma mkia. Bana wakipata hakuna amuumi. That's when then again the chain. Unaona zile chain tumehang? Yes. Where the chain come in. So akikosa kumuuma anaenda kupoteza ile energy kwa chain. Anachuyo chain, anachoka, analala.
All right. This is so interesting.
I know, it's interesting.
So now let's get into money matters.
Pesa sasa.
For after how long now would you decide it's now my pig is ready for the market?
For my pig, I attain a weight of 65 to 70 kgs dead weight in 6 months, 2 weeks. That's why I decided sasa ni nyama ama esava. Esava to after 2 weeks, akigonga 7 months, namserve, anakuwa esela as a pregnant ama ready to serve. Because kuna ule there are some farm dona wewe uko na ndume yako, so if you get a ready to serve gilt, msichana anaitwa gilt sasa, akiwa pale 7 months anaitwa gilt. Huyo ni tasa, sorry to say so. Hiyo ndio seller as a ready to serve ama na mserve ndio niuze. That's 7 months. But nyama for the boars, castrated males zinaitwa barrows. For the barrows, hao ndio nauza at 6 months, 2 weeks. Yes.
And they have names.
Barrows,
They have
boas.
barrows, boas, sows, piglets. And so, to be direct now, for someone who's watching and are motivated, a pig that is ready for the market, anaweza uzwa for how much on an average?
Kunalingana with the current market prices. They vary. Because unajua soko pia ni tofauti. But one that is ready for ule umelea wanyama, ana vary between 27,000 to 30,000 depending on your market.
Oh.
Yes.
And bro, what's your target market? Is it local? Kuna watu wanakujia hapa from the farm, ama there's a specific place that you supply?
Since I'm a breeder, I really rely on selling pregnant pigs and piglets. But now for the males, there is somewhere I do supply my pork for. And that's why I come in then again from the farmers that I sold the piglets to, I buy from them again, you do the supply. So mimi nakuuzia na bado nakuonesha soko, nakupea soko. Yes. Si ati nakuuzia tunaachana. Yes, I'll give you some money.
You give us some tricks here and there.
You know.
All right. And as we wind up, is there one thing you say, you know, sit down and say, if I knew this at the beginning, I would have done this better?
Yes, because nikianza ile wakati I was given by mom the 2 sows. I think in Kiambu and Githunguri, most of the matatu knew me. Because watu wakiokota ile waste ya hoteli, soko, inashikia kwa njao. So the one thing I regret even knew, it's feeds. It's feeds. Even knew the formula that I'm using currently. Singekuwa hapa niko, but we learn every day. So I'm not regretting that much. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Your final advice to the aspiring farmer watching you today?
Hii kulima usiingie tu sababu ya kuingia. Do your research well. Go to people who have experience. Kuja tusome, mimi nawakaribisha watu kwa shamba. Tunasoma. Start from somewhere. Usianze blindly kama mimi. Yeah, start from somewhere. Kuna faida ukianza pahali.
Na since mimi na Jaffe sasa tumesoma leo. Do we get a pig to go home with?
To baby piglet probably. Wewe uko na nyumba yao?
Don't worry, the house will come.
Ama itajipanga. Of course ile imekuwa amazing sana. We've had a good time.
Yes.
Tumeona nguruwe, have a good time.
Yes.
Of course, thanks to our model farmer Johnny. Of course, this is Mkulima Piggery Farm in Kiambu County. Thanks to Kenya National Farmers Federation, who is our partner. Na asante sana to the crew kwa kuhakikisha kwamba Kilimo Diaries imekuwa kufana sana. And thanks to you, the aspiring farmer, kwa kuhakikisha kwamba you seated there, kuhakikisha you're watching Kilimo Diaries. And of course, bro, kuna yule mtu ambaye anatizama right now akisema we are signing out bila hata kupeana namba ya Johnny. Nataka kununua piglet ama pigs, nitafanyaje?
In all handles, IG, Facebook, TikTok, Mkulima Piggery Farm. My number is 0700 351 600. 0700 351 600. Pia WhatsApp bado iko hapo.
All right, fantastic. As we all get motivated, be sure to catch us next week as we continue on this topic of pig rearing, where we'll be focusing on health management. Until next time, it's goodbye. I am Sheila Chelangat.
And I'm MC Jaffe.
And this is Kilimo Diaries, a show for the farmer,
By the farmer,
with the farmers.